Hello, welcome back to chapter one and beyond. Oh my gosh, what a treat today's episode is going to be because this is going to lengthen over an entire week of my life. And that's okay because these are fun. So I'm doing another 24-hour reading challenge. I have to physically read for, um, like a duration of 24 hours. So I don't know if I could stay awake overnight to do this because I actually have a job and I have kids to take care of. So what I'm gonna have is kind of like what I did last time, where I will have a timer, and every time I sit down to read, I will see how much I can read in that 24-hour time period. The last time I did this, it was absolutely challenging. Like I felt very fatigued because every time I would sit down, I absolutely felt like I needed to get through my reading. And of course, it was a lot of interruptions because, kids and everything. So, but yeah, so today's episode is where I am going to have a list of prompts in my week of reading series spinner wheel, if you will. I asked ChatGPT to generate me some reading prompts, so this should be really fun. Um, and my book pick is not going to be what's on my try it or trash it, nor is it going to be on my summer reading list that I had mentioned to you guys, or my 26 to read in 2026. So yeah, this is going to be a absolutely brand new pick, but I'm spinning the spinner wheel right now to see what my reading prompt is, and then I have to pick my book. So, the reading prompt that it landed on is read the first book you touch on your shelf with your eyes closed. Great. So, um okay. Well, this is going to be hard because I could go in a general direction and I only have so many books that are within like range. So, and I have to make sure that I don't get a book that is in the middle of a series. So this is gonna be real fun. Um, and honestly, with me reorganizing my bookshelf, I feel like I already know where most of my books are, so this is gonna be really fun. So it has to be the first book you touch on your shelf with your eyes closed. All right, well, I'm going to just walk towards my shelf while talking to you guys. And yeah, I'm going to close my eyes and see what I end up grabbing here. Okay, I just grabbed something. Oh no. Okay, well, I guess this is what we're doing. So, I am going to be physically reading J.R.R. Tolkien's The Sumerian. All right, the epic history of the elves in The Lord of the Rings, edited by Christopher Tolkien. Oh my gosh, I have physically owned this book for so long that I actually still have a bookmarker in here. And honestly, I don't know how long this bookmark has been in here. Let's see what page I landed on. Oh, chapter 2, page 37. All right. How many pages are in here? Oh my gosh. This book is so old. I've had this on my shelf since I was a kid. 442 pages, baby? Oh no, that's a. Oh, fun. It's got like a dictionary or something in the back here. Well, at least there. Oh, it's appendix. Okay. And then we have. Let's see. What else do we got? We have an index now, so I feel like that's not really going to count. At least I have something to reference, I guess. Oh, this might actually not be too bad because this is starting to become under 400 pages, guys. So, alright. Yeah, this index is pretty beefy. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Now we have maps. I love maps. Index of names. Okay. And now we have note on pronunciation. See, like, books don't have this anymore. This is awesome. Okay, so it looks like the actual, like, page content of material is up to 366 pages. This shouldn't be too bad. Mainly, I've been nailing around 100 pages or so per sitting, so this might not actually take me too long. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's what we're reading first. Um, I'm actually going to do the spins now, just so that we know what we're reading. And I'm just really curious. I'm probably gonna just do two spins, to be honest with you, because I don't know what I'm gonna end up on. All right, let's see. Read a random number generator shelf pick. What does that even mean? Read a random number generator shelf pick. Okay, so I have to set a random number generator and then I have to count, I guess, whatever the book is. Like count wise, that's the one I have to read. All right, so let's see. Random number generator. If I can type. Number generator, number picker. Here we go. All right, so let's do 1 to 200. Okay, well, I'm just gonna select. Okay, so 142. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna count. I'm gonna pause you guys, and then I'll let you know what the pick is, because like counting this many books is just gonna be really boring for you guys to listen to. So give me 1 second, guys. I love that prompt. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. I finally get to start the Dark Artifices series by Cassandra Clare. I'm so excited. Okay, so I ended up getting Lady Midnight, Cassandra Clare's Dark Artifices book 1. Um I know for a fact I will be able to um at least get this started, but I doubt I will be finishing it in this 24-hour challenge. Honestly, though, I feel like if I can read within a week, I feel like I'm going back and forth. Should I do just 24 hours or should I do an entire week of reading and see how far I get? Because I feel like with the Sumerian, I could potentially knock that one out easily within a 24-hour challenge. But can I challenge myself to finish both of these books in one single week? Maybe I could do like a double challenge. Ha ha ha. So I'm trying to see how many exact pages this has. It looks like we have 668 pages. So, I mean, honestly, if I combined listening and reading, I feel like with this challenge, though, I kind of want to push myself to just physically read, but I mean, Lady Midnight is pretty thick, and I'm actually really excited because I've been wanting to get to something other than Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. I really loved the Infernal Devices series. Oh my gosh, that trilogy was so good. And I feel like, honestly, I've been hearing really, really good things about Dark Artifices. So, all right. So, those are the picks, I think, for now. We'll see how this goes. Because I think I'm kind of combining two different challenges, if you will. So I'll do the 24 hours, and then if I feel like I want to continue and I feel like it's still within that week, I kind of want to see how much I can actually accomplish in one single week of reading. And actually, this week is going to be great because I have some time. I have some ability to commit to reading this week. So yeah. We're gonna roll with this. So I will let you guys know where I'm at. I'll give you guys some updates and we'll go from there. But I think the first of the picks is obviously going to be The Sumerian by J.R.R. Tolkien. So let's dive into it. Alright, guys, I have some thoughts because I'm like kind of listening and then reading along with The Sumerian by J.R.R. Tolkien. And I don't know about you guys, but if you have like kind of listened in on the audiobook of the this particular book. Martin Shaw, doesn't he sound like Chris Hemsworth? Like, am I the only one that like kind of puts this one and one together? I don't know. He sounds like Chris Hemsworth to me, and it's like, is Thor like literally reading this book to me right now? Because this is awesome. Um, so yeah, my thoughts so far is that it's you know, a lot of interesting information. I am listening to, because it's been so long since I have truly picked this book up. So I kind of skipped over like the preface and everything, and just skipped right into that first chapter, which, if I can get to that page, because of course when I'm trying to talk about it, I am not where I should be. And I'm trying to keep the placeholder for where I'm at, but I don't even know how to pronounce this. It's AINULINDALE. Um, but yeah, like it to me, this book is about like the history. I did not read the description, I will tell you that right now. I was very excited about just getting this book as a pick because I'm obsessed with like Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, so like this feels like it's a kind of like a prequel type atmospheric of understanding like the history and the early years before Frodo and Sam and all of the adventures with Bilbo Baggins as well. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm loving the vibe of this so far. So I'm gonna keep going, but it looks like this particular audiobook, if I read along with it and I'm listening to this on 2.0 speed, it looks like I can get this knocked out in like 6 to 7 hours. So I will give you guys more thoughts as I go along here, but I was just mainly wondering if anyone had noticed that Martin Shaw kind of sounds like Chris Hemsworth. So I feel like Thor is like literally like reading to me right now, and it's actually pretty cool. but but yeah, I'll be back with you guys when I have another update. Okay, I'm having to talk really, really soft because everyone in my household is quiet and sleeping right now. So I can give you some more thoughts on the Sumerian. It is not just on the elves, and I'm very, very, very into this right now. I am realizing that this is from like the earlier ages, the earlier ages of the Lord of the Rings world, and I am 100% on board with this. Can I pronounce any of the names? Probably not. But I can officially say I am really, really enjoying it. And this is exactly why I love high fantasy, because high fantasy just like immerses you with all these characters and all of these classes, and just I'm 100% on board with it. Um, I really feel like J.R.R. Tolkien is like the grandfather of like fantasy, in my opinion. Um, he just does it so well, and I just like, these are classics, these are timeless. Like, everyone that claims that they love fantasy um should really, really, really go back to J.R.R. Tolkien's the Lord of the Rings series, because it was just, there's just something special about it, to be quite honest with you, in my personal opinion. But I'm really enjoying this. I think I'm about 70% of the way through. My reading has kind of tanked in the last few days, just because it's just been so crazy busy with my daughter and her softball. And actually, I'm 84% of the way into this book. Because what I'm doing is I'm following along with the audiobook. And if I can't pick up the physical book, I'm just listening to the audiobook for this. Martin Shaw definitely sounds like Thor, which is Chris Hemsworth, and I'm 100% on board with this audiobook. Um, just 100% loving it. I'm on the Akalabeth chapter. So I have roughly about, it says 2 hours and 26 minutes and 43 seconds left to finish this. So, and when it comes to this challenge, I would say I'm not even like, because this like audiobook is a total of 15 hours, but because I've been listening to it on 2.0 speed, I kind of slowed it down a little bit because like in the past like few weeks I've been listening to my audiobooks on 2.25x speed. But with me listening to this on 2x speed, I think that has helped me like kind of capitalize more on the the length of time that I can, like the amount of books that I can fit in the length of time of a 24-hour challenge. Um, so yeah, this would be only like 7.5 hours of listening, like reading time. So I still have quite a bit of time left in this 24-hour challenge. But like I mentioned, um, I've been really enjoying this particular book. And I believe the next book that I'm picking up is Lady Midnight, but I need to double check because I have a lot of things going on with like episodes for this podcast, and I'm starting to get confused on which books that I'm actually reading for this. So I apologize. Like, I need to be a little bit more organized with my stuff, but I've been kind of mood reading lately too, which doesn't help matters at all because when I create these lists, I'm like, okay, I gotta stick with it. And I realize I'm like, I'm really not in the mood for that. I've been really into The Gate of the Feral Gods by Matt Dinneman, which is the fourth in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I would say I'm not very far into that, but I may pick that one up instead of Lady Midnight. But I am really, really wanting to pick up Lady Midnight because I absolutely love the Infernal Devices series. Um, I wasn't, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I like the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, but there's just something that, there's just like a lot that gets unpacked with that series, and I know it's like the OG original, like, series that she created and everything, but and that's the one that gets hyped up the most on BookTube and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've actually enjoyed more the Infernal Devices series, and I have a feeling I'm going to like the Dark Artifices series even more. Just based off of like the time period this is taking place in. And I don't know. It just like I I feel like this would probably be more sticking to like my taste than the Mortal Instruments. I feel like Mortal Instruments, like the characters are a bit young, like it reads really young, so that's why I'm like, I don't know. Like with the Infernal Devices series, and I know I'm going on a tangent here, but the Infernal Devices series, it had like real like topics on like adults like esque, and I feel like I can relate to that, and I feel like that's maybe why I liked it more. I really like connected more with the characters with Infernal Devices too, so I feel like with Mortal Instruments, I just find Clary to be, I don't know, like sometimes like she's hit or miss with me. Like sometimes I feel like she's just, being, you know, not very like brave, and she's not very courageous in some parts, but then other parts she's just kind of like, hey, I'm going to take action on this, and like, but then like there's other parts where I feel like there's this push pull where she's just like, oh, I'm following along and we're just going to do what we're told, and I feel like it's very childish, I guess. I don't know. I just like I said, it's hit or miss with that character. So, um, but yeah, so I'm like kind of on the fence, but I should be done with the Sumerian today. I do have to work today, but like things are a little, you know, crazy right now with work, so I have a little bit more time to kind of listen to books and like just kind of keep myself grounded. At least the books are kind of keeping me flowing because things are just a little crazy right now with work, but not in a so busy that I can't think mode. It's more of like, the work's not there and I'm trying to find things to do. And honestly, I think it's just like a moment like in like my business right now where I just am finding that they just have like this lull going on right now, so there isn't that much going on, but there's also a lot of like behind the scenes like configuring things out, which kind of just I don't know. It's just strange right now, um but yeah, so I have a little bit more time to kind of like preoccupy my brain with more books, and I'm taking advantage of it. And then in my evening hours, I'm used to working until probably 11, 12 o'clock at night, which I'm now being told not to do, which I shouldn't have been doing to begin with, but I now have time to work on like Girl Scout stuff, and I have time to work on my side business, like freelancing work and stuff like that. All of the supplies came in finally, so now I can start working on the designs and the vinyl, and um it'll be fine. Like, I'm not worried at all. So I have plenty of things to do, and you know I'm bummed out that like when I do have to drive into the office that you know I'm really having to be creative while I'm there, because I can't obviously work on my podcast, or I can't work on my design stuff while I'm at work. So it's just, you know, it is what it is. So, but yeah, that's the update so far I have for you guys. I will catch you guys once I finish The Sumerian by J.R.R. Tolkien and give you guys my full thoughts on that, my star rating. I can tell you right now, like, I'm predicting this to be around a 4.5 star rating, just because I'm loving it that much. But I will let you guys know my full thoughts on that once I finish that, and then we can go from there. All right, I'll talk to you guys in the next clip. Hey guys, welcome back to Chapter 1 and Beyond. I want to start off by giving you future Christina, who's editing this podcast episode right now, and I want to mention that this should have been released at least last week. Today is, you know, we're well into February. Let's just put, or wow, we're well into July. Okay, these books were finished relatively into June-ish. So this episode should have been given to you guys much sooner. So I want to apologize first off for the delay in getting this edited, getting this out to you guys, but I still wanted to give you guys like a taste of my 24-hour reading challenge, because a lot goes into trying to plan these out, only because of the fact that I don't get a lot of time to record updates, and let alone do 24-hour reading challenges with working full time. So, so here is the past Christina giving you the intro again, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Okay, guys, I finished The Sumerian by J.R.R. Tolkien, and oh my gosh, this was not just about the elves. This was definitely about the first and second ages of this world, and I am 1000% behind this. I really loved it a lot. It was so good. Um, I am not going to give you too much detail because, like, I feel like everyone just needs to read this, like, universe in general. Anybody that likes high fantasy, you definitely need to check out J.R.R. Tolkien's works, in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's The Hobbit, whether it's the Lord of the Rings trilogy series, whether it's the Sumerian. Like, hands down, he is just incredible when it comes to his world building. His characters are incredible too, and just like, I really enjoyed this. I cannot believe how long it's taken me to read this book, but we got it done. So, I am moving on to Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, and I will let you guys know more thoughts as I go through Lady Midnight. I think for the sake of trying to power through the remainder of this 24-hour challenge, um, I am just going to give you guys like very brief updates and then kind of give you my full thoughts of both books at the end. So, hopefully you guys like that format. Let me know your thoughts. But I will catch you guys in the next clip of another update, and eventually we'll get to the point of talking through all the books. All right. Hey guys, providing you an update about Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. So I actually blasted through this book, and I realized I never gave you guys any updates whatsoever, so I'm really terrible at these types of 24-hour reading challenge, podcast episodes. But my thoughts are, absolutely incredible. I love the characters in this series so far. I probably spoiled so many things for myself, when it came to the Mortal Instruments series. I probably should have done a little bit more research in regards to how the order kind of goes with these series, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not mad at all. I really, really love the characters so far in this series, and the fact that there was like this intersection of Jason Clary in this series start was very interesting. I was not expecting that, so I solidly gave this a 5-star rating. I love this from start to finish. I'm gonna be honest with you. This may be one of the top favorites. I think this might be above Infernal Devices, which is surprising to me. Um, I like the fact that we're in a more broader approach to the Shadowhunter universe, and I really like the fact that we're getting like an expansion of the world, if you will. I like the fact that it's also after post-war, major war, which, like I said, I pretty much like spoiled that for myself, but that's just because I was anxious to get to this particular series. So yeah, I did finish that, and to wrap up the 24 hours that I did, I had on and off been kind of going through. I did not finish The Gate of the Feral Gods by Matt Dinniman, but it pretty much took up a lot of my time. I'm about 100 in, I think it's 105 pages into the Gate of the Feral Gods. And I'm going to be honest, like, I'm really into this one just because of the fact that we got a totally different, like, atmosphere with this one. The fact that there's, like, this bowl is very interesting. Not to give any spoilers away, but, like, the world compared to, like, the trains is a nice, refreshing change up, if you will, but still very confused on a lot of things, and hopefully like answers will be answered, like questions will be answered in this series installment, I guess. So So yeah, I'll let you guys know my thoughts as I get further along into the Gate of the Feral Gods in a future episode. But for now, I'm going to wrap this up and say I hope you guys enjoyed this 24-hour reading challenge that I did. Let me know your thoughts if I should continue doing these. I know that this is spanned over quite some time. Originally my idea was to just do this within a week. And that did not happen. So I ended up doing exactly like the 24 hours, which spanned over multiple weeks. So, you know, that is life. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.